Brother212 here with my latest comic haul video. Got to go to East Coast Comic Con on Sunday, and surprisingly had a really good time at this show. I wasn't expecting as much. I read some bad reviews from some people saying there weren't a lot of good books there, but I found that to be contrary. Also got to run into a couple of fellow YouTubers, ran into Francis McMenamin, and also Jimmy C. And had a good time just bullshitting with both of these guys. Just awesome YouTubers. If you haven't checked out their channels, please do. Please subscribe. Just good guys. Jimmy C steered me in the right direction of a real nice book I'm going to show you. And I also was able to get the Jimmy C deal on another book. So shout out to Jimmy C for helping me out there. Good looking out, brother. I really appreciated that. You didn't have to do all that, But it was a good show. Had a lot of fun. A lot of cosplay there, if you're into the cosplay. Not as many vendors for comics as I expected, as compared to last year. I think they had more comic book vendors there. A lot of clothing stuff. 501 Legion, I believe, was there. They did have a nice display in the back where they had Batmobiles throughout generations. They had 3 different Batmobiles from, the original TV series and 2 of the movies. The Munsters car was there. I believe the car from the Monkeys TV series in the 60s, or whatever, I believe that was in the 60s, was also there. Jeremy Bullock, Boba Fett was there signing autographs, and they had some other people. Had a bunch of artists there, and I got a great sketch commission done by Ken Lashley, who's been on the Comic Book Fanatic show and is currently doing the Extraordinary X-Men series. If you follow Instagram, look on my Instagram page, and I put some nice pictures of it. I mean, thing just came out beautiful. It's one of my favorite pieces that I've gotten done in a while. But now to the books. Walked around quite a bit. Jimmy C put me up on a spot where they had a book. Zap Comics had a really nice book that I wanted to take a look at. Looked at the book for a bit, and was going to walk away from it. Came back. Got about 10% off of what the asking price was on the book, which I was happy with. Book looks to me like it has some pressing qualities that can make the grade go up at least another grade, but I'll show you that as we go along. But I did find this book here, and it's a really nice high grade copy of Incredible Hulk number 94. 3rd installment of the Planet Hulk series. It's a book that I needed. If you haven't read the Planet Hulk storyline, must read. It is this and Old Man Logan are 2 of my favorite storylines that came out, in the modern era. Just 2 books that you must read, and beautiful cover. $5, I'll take that every day. Another book that I got for $5 there also was Micronauts number 1. It's a really nice high-end copy of this. Micronauts is going to be coming back to comics, not under the Marvel flag, but they are coming back. I believe it's like IDW or somebody like that is bringing them back. Although Bug made an appearance in the Guardians of Nowhere recently. Another book, it was based on a toy line, but one of my favorites when I was growing up. Loved it. Loved the Croyer and all the characters that went with it. Baron Karza and all of that stuff. Good read if you ever get a chance. Also got this really, really nice Teen Titans number 1 Michael Turner cover. Love this cover. $5. Scooped it up quick. There was some really good deals to be made at the end of the show. Usually, as everybody knows, when you go to a con, most of the stuff is regular prices during the first day or 2. Last day, end of the show, you're able to get some deals. If you're still around, you can still got some cash to spend. So I kind of budget myself to make some pickups real quick as I'm going along at the end of the show. And I was able to get a couple of really nice books that I needed for my sets or my collection for good price. But as I was walking around, I found a guy who was selling some really, really nice Amazing Spider-Mans in the 100 runs to 200 runs. So these are some fillers that I need, but these are all high-end. 9.2s at least, and they were only $10 a piece. You go on eBay and stuff, they're $15, $20 depending. So $10 a piece, I'll take them, and I get to inspect the books there on the scene, which is always a bonus for me. So I took Amazing 137, appearance by the Green Goblin, and Amazing Spider-Man number 141, and it's got a Mysterio storyline in there. So Morbius is on the cover. Doc Ock, the Vulture. So, nice books. Another book that I got for what I thought was a good price as another high grade, probably like an 8.0, Teen Titans. I believe this is number 6, is it? Yeah, I believe it's number 6 or number 8. I'm sorry. But nice book, and I'm a big fan of the Teen Titans, especially when I was growing up. I was a big fan of Kid Flash. So I think I'm going to make a run at this series. This is probably like the second or third Teen Titan book I picked up. I did pick up their Brave and the Bold first appearance for a good price. But nice series to start. I need a new run to get going, you know. So this is the one I'm going to probably jump on now. Get away from a little Marvel and do a little DC for once. I was talking about some deals to be made. I'll show you a couple of them. This is one of them. This is a nice high-grade copy of She-Hulk #1. Seller wanted this throughout the show. He was asking $30 for this. I did a couple laps around while I was waiting for my commission to be completed. End of the show, about an hour before the show was completed, I walk up. Guy was packing up. Looked at the She-Hulk. I asked him for best price. He knocked off $10 on it. Told me 20. I offered 15. Cash deal, and he took it. So She-Hulk #1, very high grade copy, $15. Really happy to get it. Around that time frame, also was walking around and found this beauty right there, Amazing Spider-Man #65, classic John Romita cover, and the asking price on that was $35. And I also got this one for my set run that I need, and that's Amazing Spider-Man #91. Again, John Romita covers, 2 books that I need, you know, for my double-digit Spider-Man run there. And $70 was the asking price, and I got this for $55. So $27.50 for high-end books. These are all 8.5s to 9s, so really happy. Prior to that, while I was walking through the show, I did come across this book here, and that's Amazing Spider-Man #66, and that's another run, you know, an appearance of Mysterio. I got this book for $35. So, you know, pick up a couple of these Amazing Spider-Mans. My run is coming down. I think I have 50 of the first 100 issues in my collection now. So happy. I've been putting a big dent on them this year. And then just want to show you a book, talk about it a little bit. Daredevil, Man Without Fear #131. As everybody knows, first appearance of Bullseye. Was walking around first time and was looking for this book. This is one of the books I've been targeting for a while now. My belief is that if the Daredevil series ever produces and does Bullseye the right way, it's going to be as big a hit as Punisher. He is one of the baddest villains I've ever seen. I just love the way this guy was written. A little underrated in my opinion, but a great rogue for Daredevil. Book is a little pricey if you got in the right conditions. You know, the 9.8s are really high. Walked around, a lot of people asking really high for this book. Did a lap, came back towards the end of the show again. I found a little booth that I hadn't seen before, and it was Dylan's Universe Comics, and there was a young man there that it was his first show that he was running, but very gracious, very nice, willing to talk to you, willing to negotiate. He had this book at a set price, which I won't discuss. That's between he and I. And we were negotiating. We couldn't reach a midway. And along comes Jimmy C, who got me the Jimmy C deal on this. And we'll leave it at that. Thanks to Jimmy C on that. You know, I got this book for 25% off on what the initial cost was. So really happy with this. It's Daredevil 131. Could use a little bit of a pressing, and it has a little bit of a water stain on the bottom. So not a super high grade, but just a great book to have in my collection, especially in the condition it's in for the price I got it. So thanks to Jimmy C. And I also want to thank Dylan's Universe Comics for giving me the deal they did give me. If you go to a show and you see him, take a look at his books. He had a lot of nice books. I mean, you know, he had Fantastic Four 52 there. He had some high-end books there, and the kid does his own pressing and everything like that. I was pretty impressed with him. You know, I came away impressed, and I would definitely stop and buy something from him again, because he gave me a really good deal. Enough with that, though. And let me show you this one. Another stealth buy at the end, and that is X-Men #42. And my run of X-Men at this point, before getting this book, I needed 10 issues to have a complete run. 42 being one of them. For those of you that are into the X-Men and know their issues, there are a few issues that have the black backs, and they're just notorious for spine ticks. So to find one of these, and let me just show you this. To find one of these books in the condition that this thing is in. I'm sorry for the glare from the Mylar, but I mean, look at that. That book is just sweet, 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 pristine. Colors hold up really, really well. Talked to the vendor. He wanted $100 for it. Went back and forth. He gave it to me for $80. With the premises that I will purchase from him the next time I go to his shows in New Jersey, which I will definitely buy some more books from this guy if he has books like this. I'm missing 9 issues now. 2 of them being reprint issues. I believe it's like 90, and another issue escapes my thought now that are the same thing. They have those black backgrounds. So if anybody runs across any of these high-end ones, hit me up. And they want to make a deal, or they want to sell something, and it fits my criteria. You know, I'm always willing to buy something. I'm gonna finish this run hopefully within the next year or 2, but it has to meet my parameters, and I try and get as high end as I can on these books, within reason. And now, last book of the show. I was really, really happy to get this book. When I got online, I'm an early bird, so I usually like to go to these conventions and get there an hour and a half before at least. So I'm there. Doors were opening at 10. I was there by 8:30. A little while after that, who do I bump into but Jimmy C? We start shooting the shit. You know, I had met him at the Big Apple Con. You know, talked to him on Instagram and everything else, and just a good guy. Start shooting the shit, and he's asking me, what am I looking for? I said, I have some high-end, Amazing Spider-Man books, and he goes, go check out Zap Comics, because they got a beautiful ASM there that you might want to take a look at. He goes, the price is pretty good. Walk over there, first booth, as soon as I locate it, sure as shit, there it is. And this is what's there. Amazing Spider-Man number 13. First appearance of Mysterio. Let me get that glare out of the way for you guys. Really, really nice book. Let me see if I can zoom in on this for you a little bit. Bring that book up a little more clear. Really, really nice book. And it had a good price for the condition it's in. I actually got a good deal on it. It has a few spine ticks on it. The biggest issue with this is that there's a subcrease going through here, but it's a subcrease that doesn't break color. So it was like a light fold there, which I think with a pressing will clear it up, but staples were not popped. There was no rust on any of the staples or anything else. Back presented well. They wanted $250 for this. I got 10% off, so $225. I took it. It was a steal. They also had a Amazing Spider-Man number 14, but I didn't like the condition for the price that they wanted. I would have jumped on that one also. But again, this is the book. I now have one of the Sinister Six origin books there. Underrated character, in my opinion, talking with other guys on Instagram and everything else. Character that just needs some love and could show up in a movie and they could do a great job with Mysterio. But again, Amazing Spider-Man number 13, first appearance of Mysterio. And let me just give you a close-up on this thing. But really, really nice. This book is about 50 years old almost. And the colors are just vibrant on it. It presents really, really well. Mylar always gives it that extra eye appeal, but trust me, this is a nice book. Just a few ticks along the black on there, but for a book this old, I could live with it. So, overall, just had a really good time. Was able to get some really nice books. And again, thanks to Jimmy C for helping me out and doing the right thing, brother. I appreciate that. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. For all of my subscribers, thank you very much. For my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing to my channel. Last I checked, I'm at 199. So one more. All I need is one more guy, and it's 200. So that's it until my next haul video. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you guys soon.